news that matters. Fox 40 News at 5 starts now.
A man is behind bars tonight accused of shooting 3 of his roommates inside a Vineyard area home. Glad you're with us tonight at 5 o'clock. I'm Nikki Lorenzo.
And I'm Eric Harriman. That shooting happened early this morning here on Clover Ranch Drive. And now we're learning that the shots were fired from inside a home that once rented out by former Sacramento Kings player Willie Cauley Stein. And that's where we find Fox 40's Doug Johnson tonight. Doug.
Eric and Nikki, you guys can see this house behind me is still taped off by police here, still investigating. Now, after their initial search for the shooter, we're told investigators have not been back inside as they are still waiting for a search warrant. Meanwhile, everyone in this neighborhood is asking just this one question: what happened? Even before the police tape and bloodstains on the driveway, this was a house everyone who lives in this Vineyard neighborhood knew about.
Willie Cauley Stein, former Kings player, lived in that house.
The former Kings turned Golden State Warriors center has since moved out, but neighbors tell us some of the 6 roommates who remained are his friends.
Probably about 5:30 this morning, we heard the sirens.
Sacramento Sheriff deputies say 25-year-old Trey Hallman opened fire, striking 3 of his roommates, one of whom could still lose his life.
The suspect was wearing body armor at the time of the shooting and was armed with rifles and a handgun.
Deputies desperately searched for Hallman throughout Sacramento County and beyond. Eventually, he was captured in Antioch. And for hours now after that shooting happened early this morning, investigators have been here on the scene interviewing witnesses and collecting evidence, and we're told several firearms were collected from inside. In the meantime, the police cars and media trucks had this typically quiet neighborhood on edge.
You know, I'm home with my daughter today because I didn't want her to be home by herself.
This neighbor didn't want us to show her face, but she says early this morning she and her husband saw one of the roommates knocking on their neighbor's door asking for help.
He looked really scared. He was just in, shorts and no shirt. It looked like he had just, got out of bed and ran.
A spokesman for the Golden State Warriors tells Fox 40 Cauley Stein has not lived in that home for more than a year. But neighbors say they still saw his car in the driveway up until a few months ago, about the time he left the Kings.
He drove a pretty flashy chrome Camaro.
Other neighbors tell us off camera there was a party at the home, which was still raging past midnight, and shouts and arguments could be heard.
I do know that the property recently sold, so I'm assuming all the roommates were preparing to move out, and maybe the dispute had something to do with that, but obviously no idea.
And again, we're told Cauley Stein never actually owned this home. He was just always renting it. Now, I did get a chance to speak to 2 of the men who live inside this home but were not shot, and they told us that they had no comment for now. Reporting live in Sacramento County tonight, Doug Johnson, Fox 40 News.
Doug, thank you.